in order to improve your strength, flexibility, and balance with the exercises. And you will need to understand the benefits of each exercise and its functions, common mistakes, and how to move in an optimal way. And today we're going to cover bird dog exercise. If you want to learn how to retrain your body and then movement safely and then effectively and then move better, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. I am Taro Iwamoto. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner. With my backgrounds in athletic training, physical therapy, martial arts, and the Feldenkrais method, I have helped many people like you overcome and then move beyond the pain and the limitations. Now it's your turn, and let's dive in. Bird dog exercise, it stabilizes the spine like a dead bug exercise, but it stabilizes the extensors because in a different orientation. Common mistakes with the bird dog exercise is that not able to stabilize the spine, not able to stabilize the shoulders, shoulder girdles, and the neck. So the movement looks like this. You're in the quadruped positions, in the hands and the knee positions. Hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrist, spine neutral as a starting position. And then you're lifting the opposite arm, opposite leg, same time here. So when they do that, loses the stability. Let me exaggerate the movements here. Okay, can you see how I am arching my spine, especially the low back and the neck? So I'm not able to stabilize. I'm not stabilizing my spine well. And it ended up in arching and stressing my spine, my low back and my neck. Then I'm becoming a little wobbly here. Same thing here, right? You see that? So it's not really, this exercise is not really to strengthen your extensor muscles. So you're not just arching your back and to do this movement. But rather, you're learning to control your movements as you're moving the opposite arm and opposite legs all together and able to maintain the stability through your hip, your spine, your shoulders. So it's not a matter of having a stronger core muscles. It is a matter of having a strength, stability of the entire muscles, the hips and spine and the shoulder girdles all together, and then being able to coordinate them all together. And why is it important to have that coordination and stability? Well, just like walking, opposite arm, opposite legs, right? So many functions that require the reciprocal movements, legs and arms, and then being able to stabilize and maintain our balance. So this is what this exercise is for. So think about that. It's not just to strengthen the muscles. It's not just to strengthen the core muscles, and then magically that will improve everything. So just be intentional with this exercise or any exercise. That's what I'm going to focus on with this movement series. So hands and knees positions. And first, making sure that you know you're neutral. And if you can't tell, use your visual feedback. Use a mirror or have someone, your partner, and help you find that neutral spine. Using their hand, they can touch their spine and they can say, okay, you're arching through your low back, and can you change that a little bit? So just so you know what the neutral feels like to you. And the head is not hanging down or looking up. Everything relatively in a straight line. And then as you begin to move your hand, move your leg, move your arm and leg together, you want to be able to initiate movement both at the same time. So you're not lifting your arm and lifting the leg separately. You initiate this movement together. Most often, and the people initiate the movement from one or the other first. but they move in fast and they don't realize that. So your job right now is to become aware how you begin to initiate the movement, and so that you can coordinate and initiate leg and the arm at the same time, and then bring them back and return. That's a start. And while you are doing that movement, no holding the breath and no change in the shape of your spine. Once you know the shape of your spine in the beginning, neutral positions, and pay attention to maintain the same shape of your spine as you are moving your opposite arm, opposite leg together and back together. So in order to maintain the same spine position and coordinate the arms and leg and together, requires all the muscles, hips, spine, and the shoulders simultaneously. So they have to be working together. You don't really have to think about individual muscles. That's just too complicated. You just think about maintaining the balance, coordination, opposite arm, opposite leg moving together and coming back together and maintaining the same shape of your spine. If you are able to do that, then for sure, you are engaging and moving in an optimal way. That's how you know. Otherwise, if you're trying to think about engaging these muscles, engaging that muscles, and trying to, it's just so complicated, and then it's really hard to do. It's hard to feel. So my opinion, it's a lot easier to really find the optimal patterns of the movement, optimal posture, and then move through that patterns. And then that will engage in all the muscles in an optimal way. You can do, it's making sure that you are able to do this one well on one side, and once you master that side, and then you do the opposite. And oftentimes, one side is easier, more coordinated. So you don't be surprised that you can't do very well on one side, but you can do much better on the other side. That's very common. And sometimes it helps to set something like a clipboard or a book on top of your pelvis, your sacrum, here. Because this twisting motion could happen, destabilizes the spine and the hips. It's starting to tilt, if I'm exaggerating like this. And they may not be able to really tell that when it's happening. Put a book on top of the sacrum. And so when they start to tilt, they can feel the book is beginning to tilt and slide down the pelvis. Then they know that they are destabilizing the pelvis and the hip and the spine. So that tactile feedback helps. If you have somebody who can give you that tactile feedback or give you the immediate feedback and say, oh, your pelvis is beginning to turn a little bit. Okay, can you keep that pelvis level? Here. And then you can alternate. You're going opposite arm, opposite leg, one side, alternate. Like so. If you're having a really hard time to stabilize well, to make it easier, start with just a slide in your leg and slide in hand here, instead of lifting. Slide, it's the same patterns. Then you are able to control well, then progress to lifting, but you don't have to go all the way. You can go middle range and coming back and progress to the full range. If you want to improve your back pain, be sure to grab your free movement guide to pain-free back at the link below. Check out these videos, and if you like this video, and hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe and share with your friends. Comment below how helpful you found this video was. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Happy mindful movement. Bye-bye.